to speak to you now about the destruction, the deliberate destruction of our manufacturing, jobs and our farming sector. With taxes and treaties, this is what we've done. This is a few of the treaties that we have signed in hard copy. There is and agreements. There is over 7,000 of them. One of the most important ones that caused our destruction was the Lima Declaration. It's affectionately called the Lima Declaration, but it is really at law, it is the United Nations Industry Development Organisation, the UNIDO agreement that was signed in Lima, Peru in 1975. There is a copy of it. Not all countries signed it. Japan, UK, Belgium, France, America, China, Switzerland, they never signed it. That's some of them, we did. This is some of the Article 27, that Australia facilitate the expansion and diversification of imports from developing countries. Article 28, Australia assures that developing countries' share of the world trade increases by more than 350% by the year 2000. That comes back to the New World Order that I spoke to you earlier about. Article 35, that Australia transferred technical and financial resources as well as capital goods to accelerate the industrialisation of underdeveloped countries. Article 44, that Australia seek the establishment of a reformed international monetary system to meet the specific needs of developing countries. Article 25, that Australia assist in the establishment of international economic order. That is at the peril of all our manufacturing. Now, as you know, we've got an employment problem in this country, and with the importation of more people, it will exacerbate the situation. I've written I lived near Mascot Airport in my former years. These are some companies that are within 15 kilometres of Macquarie Street Parliament House. The glass manufacturing company at Waterloo, Otis Lifts at Waterloo, John Waygood Lifts at Waterloo, Fountain Brand Tomato Sauce at Surrey Hills, Rosella Sauce at Rosebery, the jam manufacturers and Cotties and all the food manufacturers at Redfern, Excite Batteries at Waterloo, Century Batteries at Alexandria, Cub Safes at Waterloo, Warmel Brothers at Firepeogle. That's been taken over by a multinational. There was a massive amount of paint manufacturers, machinery manufacturers that made lathes and the most beautiful machinery that you would ever see anywhere in the world. Nuttall's, McPherson's, Demco, Cleveland, Sheraton, Hercus, Brackenbury and Austin, Scrutton's. Made magnificent lathes, centre lathes, shapers, drills, planers, everything. BMC motor cars were at Zeppelin. Holden motor cars were out at Pagewood. The printing ink makers. The tanneries, where we greatest tanneries in the world. Shirt and clothing manufacturers that were Redfern, St Peters, everywhere else. The Pex paste at Rosebery, where the little Pex goes a long way. Shoe manufacturers at Redfern. We had cotton mills on Botany Road. Target, Sydney Mills, the Australian cotton mill. And at Zeppelin. They were companies within 15 kilometres of Macquarie Street in Sydney. Because of the Lima Declaration and other problems that we've solved, what we did, we've had a decline in the bush. With these treaties that I've just shown you, how the importation and tariff protection was excluded from our people, and other countries apply tariff protection. And by the way, our greatest competitors is Japan and China. They have massive internal and external tariff protection. External tariff protection means if you go to export into their country, they put a tariff on you. A massive tariff, make you uncompetitive, you can't go there. And the internal tariff protection is they'll subsidise their industry to make them competitive where you can't compete. We don't do any of it. Here are some figures from our rural industries. this is 1960 to 2004, and it declined before that. In 1960 we had 50,000 pork farmers. In 2004, 3,000. We had 70,000 dairy farmers. 1960, 2004, 11,000. 52,000 sheep farmers, down to 14,000 sheep farmers. Now, in all those industries, as I just explained to you, all these other industries, we manufactured everything that was required for those industries to prosper. We had a fish cannery business, which was a small business in comparison to our rural and our manufacturing. But when you start to emphasise and disseminate what's involved in a fish cannery place, there's the shipbuilder, the supplier to the shipbuilder. There's the engine manufacturer, the supplier to the engine manufacturer. There's the net manufacturer and the supplier. There's the transportation. Then that's only to catch the fish. Then when we catch the fish, we take it to the market. Then we go from the market to the people that are going to can it. We made all the machinery involved in that. We mined our own tin at Tinga and other places. We made our own labels. We made our ink. We made the machinery that made those things. The same as our dairy farmers. We made the pumps, the suction pumps, the stainless steel vat. We made everything. We don't do it today. That is the auxiliary industries that are connected with manufacturing and rural industries. We had our own tractor businesses. We invented the stump jump plough. We invented, Hugh Victor Mackay in 1841, the grain harvester. That no one else in the world knew how to do it. We did it here. A little country like us in 1841. Later on in our discussion, we'll go through the invention of this marvellous country and the marvellous people we've had here. The farmers in Australia, there's no one else in the world that can produce rural produce 365 days of the year, of every quantity, every variety and every variance, somewhere in this country, because we're not constrained by geological constraints like the Northern Hemisphere where snow and everything else happens. In some part of this country, we can grow everything. There's farmers in this country today, world leaders. In Tasmania and Victoria, they've just perfected a new strain of barley and corn, and it's enabled Tasmania to win the first and second malt whisky championship of the world. In Tasmania, they're growing cherries, like that, $1 each, exported. We're a world leader in aqua farming, and all the machinery and everything else that was involved in that was manufactured here. But we've got to share all our industries via these treaties, like this here, and the Lima Declaration, how we've got to give away our manufacturing for someone else to prosper. Abraham Lincoln stated, you cannot strengthen the weak by weakening the strong. We've got the richest country in the world, the greatest people in the world, the greatest farmers in the world, the greatest achievers in the world. We're run by a team of dopes in Canberra. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. We've just got to look back in history and say, this is what we've achieved, this is what we're capable of, this is what we can do, and everyone will prosper. We've got to tax these other countries and tax these companies, and we've got to prosper this country here. We've built the greatest things in the world, the Snowy Mountain Scheme, the Transcontinental Railway, and other great achievements, and through the Commonwealth Bank, Reserve Bank powers, and the other achievements we've achieved, we've done it through government bonds. But that doesn't fit in with the International Monetary Fund and our banksters, like gangsters. Go back to what we had before and rewrite. We don't have to rewrite history. We've just got to learn. This is what we achieved, and this is what we can do in the future. And the Lima Declaration, as I've just emphasised to you, how that destroyed our industries and our farming, can be reinstated. We only need the politicians to have the will of the way. Our taxation to be rectified, and these treaties that we're signing, that's only some of them. And with these free trade arrangements, there's nothing free. The only free thing is they get a free ride to take what they like. Wake up, Australia. There's the information. It's all there for you. It's easy to get. That's just a few little points in which you can all go and investigate, because it's all available for you. Thank you.